Hi, this is Lutz, Health Sciences Librarian at UMass Amherst. In this video, I'm going to walk through how to export bulk results from various databases to be able to then upload them into the citation manager of your choice. This video is a complement to the PDFs available on our Lit Review Tips and Tools guide. So the first database I'm going to go through is PubMed, and you'll see I've already run my PubMed search and I have a little over 1,000 results. So I'm just going to go to Send To and then Citation Manager and change from all results on the page to all results and then create the file. We'll point out that PubMed does limit to only 10,000 results at a time. So if you have more than that, which occasionally does happen, then you would maybe need to use a date limiter to do either a year at a time or kind of to break that up as necessary to get you under 10,000 records at a time. I'm going to do create file, and it will pop up, ask you where you want to save the file. It is, just note that NBIB is the format, but citation managers should be able to read and recognize that format. So then I can just save it, and then I have that file ready. And then I can go into my citation manager then and import that file. So the second database that I'm going to look at is CINAHL, and I'm choosing CINAHL as just one of the EBSCOhost databases to use. Any of the databases that we have on the platform, which if you go to choose databases, you'll see there's a whole bunch of them that we have access to through the EBSCOhost platform. So these instructions work for any of those databases. There are actually two different ways to do it from an EBSCOhost to export bulk results from an EBSCOhost database. And so I'm going to show you the first way, which works if you don't have a huge number of results, maybe up to 50 to 100, maybe even up to a couple of hundred. And in that case, you can do them 50 at a time, move them into a folder, and then you can export the results of that folder. So the first thing to do is you can see the default is it's only showing you 10 results per page. So if you go under page options, you can change that to be 50 results per page. That will save you a little bit of time, and apply that. And then I have 50 at a time. So then I can add to a folder the results 1 to 50, and then I can scroll down and go to the next page. Sorry, I hope I'm not making you sick by this fast scrolling. Go to results 51 through 100, and then I can add those results to the folder, and then keep going through that until you have all of your results into a folder. And then go to the folder at the top, and then you can do select all, and it will actually do all of them on both pages. So that's nice in this option that it does. As we'll see, yes, it has all of them. And then you can use the export feature and tell it to export, direct export into RIS format. I mean, if you have a specific type of citation manager that you pay for yourself, like EndNote, you can do that, but otherwise, just the direct export, that's what Zotero and Mendeley are the two that we support, and most other citation managers will recognize that format. So the second way that you can export bulk results from EBSCOhost databases, when you have a lot more and you don't want to have to go through that process we just went through a whole bunch of times, from your search results, you can go to Share and then choose Export Results. And this will email a zip file in the format you've selected. And you want to make sure don't use the default citations in XML format. You want to choose the RIS format. Again, that is what most citation managers will be able to read. And then you can put in your email address and have it send that to you. I mean, the more results you have, the longer it's going to take to get that email, but it usually doesn't take an awful long time. And then again, you can unzip the file and then import it into your citation manager. Next up is Web of Science. Again, I've already done my search. I'm just going to go to Export and then RIS. And in this case, I can do all of my records at one time. Web of Science does limit you to 1,000 records at a time, but unlike PubMed, you can do the first 1,000 and then you can just go back and then choose, the next 1,000. So if I had 3,000 results, I could do them, in 3 different chunks. That does give you more files that you then need to import, but that is the best option that there is. So I'm going to go ahead and, oops, no, I don't want that. So go back to the records 1 through, and I can leave it at 1,000. If I don't have 1,000 records, it's obviously just going to do the 713 that I have. And then I can export. And again, it will create the file. I just need to Web of Science, name it something that I will know and know where I'm downloading it, so then I can import that file into my reference manager or citation manager. And the final database I'm going to talk about is ERIC. This is just one of the examples of databases that are on the ProQuest platform. And so this is one that, as you kind of noticed, that a number of articles or citations that you can export at one time are limited by the database's parameters. And unfortunately, ProQuest currently has that 100 at a time limit. So first thing to do is scroll down to the bottom of your results, and you'll see that it only had 20 results that it was showing at a time. So I can change that to 100, so I can do 100 at a time. And then, so I've got my 100 results. And then I'm going to choose the select 1 to 100 and then go to the 3 dots here for all save options. And that will let me then export to either a couple of different types, and RIS is the type that you want. So I can choose RIS file. It's going to give me a few options. You can just take all of the defaults, although you might want to have it go ahead and deselect the items once you're done doing that. You can tell it that you are not a robot, and oh yay, don't I love these. Choosing the palm trees, hopefully I got that, and it will recognize that I am not a robot. And then it will start the download. And again, give me that file that I can then import into my citation manager. So because I have multiple parts, I'm going to maybe call it part 1 and then part 2, just so that I can keep track and make sure that I get all of them. So then I would go back and scroll all the way to the bottom of the results. I hate databases that don't have navigation at the top and the bottom. Go to page 2, and then I can repeat that process for items 101 through 200, and then keep going with that. Once you have all of your articles exported and then imported into your citation manager, you can use the options or the features within the various citation managers to go through and identify and remove the duplicate items. If you run into problems or have additional questions, you can use the Ask Us feature on the library homepage to get in touch with us.